Today's demonstration, we're going to be painting a scene from Munich. This is close to St. Lucas Church, and I wanted to pick a fraction of the landscape that had a bit of building, some trees, and also part of the river, which is, in my estimation, really beautiful. So first, I try to define where are going to be the edges of my painting, and for this, it's always important to trace as much as we can in relationship to the actual proportions. So for this, I am placing the canvas on top of my scene, and I'm trying to trace it as accurately as possible. This underlying sketch is going to be done with raw umber. The idea is to place the elements for later differentiation of values and also color. So essentially, once we have more or less the value pinpoint, we can start applying some color. In this case, we're going to be having three main areas. We're going to be having the river, the middle ground, which is composed by the buildings, the trees, and the coastline. And then we're going to be having the sky, which is going to be the simpler shape. For the middle ground, we're going to be working from the back to the front. So first I'm going to be starting with the chapel in the back. Then I'm going to be placing the values for the buildings without too much detail. Then I'm going to be placing detail on the buildings. And finally, I'm going to be building on the trees. Trees are first going to be we're going to be placing only the trunks. And after we have the trunks in place, we can start detailing the little branches. It's important that we try to make this as orderly as possible so as not to mix. Because if we want to try to get some detail once the trees are in place, it's gonna be messing with our tree arrangement. So from the back to the front is a good scheme of working. This type of exercises painting outside, are really good for improving our skills in terms of creating the colors that we are seeing in nature, and also being subject to difficulties that we might not encounter doing a painting indoors in our studio. Outside, many things happen. Light changes, people approach, they might be even just walking along or asking some questions. There are multiple factors that make us improve our skills, let's say. So as a final test, I'm putting my painting in front of the subject to see where the mistakes were, with which things could be improved. But overall, I'm really happy with this result. Some final details, and that would be all. I think roughly these were 2 hours of painting outdoors. Much more than that you cannot do because the light changes a lot. But this was a really cool exercise, and I really encourage you, if you have the materials, to go out and try to do some outdoor painting. It's a really good skill. Okay, guys, this would be all for this one. Take care.